Hello? Oh, I'll put it on BRB or I'll put it. Oh, hold on. What's? Oh wait, I don't even. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay, and then I go here and I do this and I do this. Okay, I have this one. Okay, hi. I'm gonna move myself here so it's like I'm on a desk. Hi guys. My power cut out entirely and my internet was not working for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if my message is saying that my power cut out. I'm gonna put a tweet saying a vark just in case. But yeah, my internet just my whole power just kaput out, gone, gonzo, dunzo, nothing more. Uh, and I came back. And I had to go rummaging behind a very, very, very heavy big old thing, and I pulled out a stick and I had to whack the power off, and then I had to whack it back on. Uh, and now we're here. I'm very sorry that it just instantly cut out, but I can't control the weather. Uh, I don't know what the fuck I did to Zeus, but he didn't like what was going on. He wanted to to ruin my night. Or not ruin it. It's not ruined. It's not ruined. I'm still very thankful for everyone who followed during the stream. I'm still gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to get back to where I was and continue streaming. But a little funny that I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm good. You know, I overcame my anxiety and I was like, let's go. Was I not live till now? I don't know when I went live. I don't even know. I hope I wasn't just screaming to the void. But hi. I don't know. Okay, wait, I made the tweet 2 or 3 minutes ago. Okay, 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 okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I am good. Okay, I'll refresh that. That. Update my info. A bit of a weird one. But I am not going to re-tag. I'm not gonna re-tag or anything because I feel like that'd be a bit. I don't really want to do that. But yeah. Okay, so I guess my first messages did not go through where I was like, hey, my power went out. But then afterwards, when I was like, I'm still figuring shit out. Okay, I'll reply to my thing saying my power cut out.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Oopsies. Okay, I think it took us back to where we were. still hear it storming. Alright. Where's this? Gone. It's Genshin. Yeah, there we go. You figured it out, OBS. Good job. Yeah, I forgot. I get added again each time. Just a little oopsie doopsies, whoopsies. Okay, I've got... No, I need to set that right. There we go. Alright, back to Linny and Lynette's little oopsie poopsie.
I'm sorry, traveler.
Yeah, sorry.
This is where
I just know where to start.
fucking Lynette went, sorry. Fucking instantly blew up my fucking Wi-Fi.
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
Wait.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
Well, what's
Right.
the lie?
So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Womp womp.
Well, you both say that, but...
Where'd you actually go?
Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask.
Ow, my ear.
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
What'd you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Why do you want to know?
Because of
Question
that
mark.
prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
And only one choice. I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges,
Okay.
as an attorney would.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
We already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Lenny's statement. Lenny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratress core upon entering the tunnel and did not bear witness to the crime taking place, and thus did not hear the thud. The voice in the Oratress core. Probably shouldn't read all of those. Back to trial. Yeah,
Both parties have returned to their positions.
Hi, Bone.
Let
Hi.
us continue the trial.
How are you, Bone? I just got back from my power cutting out.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention.
Well, thank you. This is the art I've had from Pro Poltergeist for a bit. They're very, very awesome. I think like I won a raffle, but then like through that I like started watching their stuff, and all their art is very, very pretty.
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
It's a turning point. Okay, based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statements. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. Use your refutations to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The oratress will display such shifts clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Okay.
As the countdown began, he
This is
entered
cool.
the tunnel.
Oh my god.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
It's like the Danganronpa like ending of a case.
He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed.
Damn.
So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Okay. Identify loopholes. I think this one you could refute with that
According
statement.
to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
I think this could be the voice.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
And this, this?
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
We're like ace defective.
When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Yeah. I love Paimon being the one who retells it.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words,
Silly
you
little
believe
Paimon.
that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
Yeah, that's, the onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a pretty premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowl bumped into Lightning by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowl hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Hehehehe.
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Liney's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Which is the evidence that Liney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place. Wait, what? Irrelevant, irrelevant.
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Select answers, fill all the empty gears, verify the correctness of your deduction. If you've made mistakes, you must make another selection. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you keep the laws of chain. The guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope, suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowlin below. Linny is no longer under suspicion. Only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lenny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of onstage interactions. Clothing belonged to Halsey. The lady who went missing were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? Could there have been a...
Maybe not a third person?
Halsey is the missing
Halsey? No, then I guess it's Cowell. I would say it's like the troupe itself, but...
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting!
I love
Let's
Farina
hear
so
your
much.
reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's... The sound we heard may have come from a...
Who's the prime
The
suspect
deceased's
currently?
name is
Where did the missing Halsey
It would have
go?
been tough for both people to fit. The sound we heard may have... Linny was not in the tunnel. Halsey's clothing was in the...
Okay, no. Those two are incorrect. How can we envisage Lenny as having been able to unearth... Oh, okay, I didn't read that part. Where did the missing Halsey
No
go?
one entered or...
Huh?
Halsey's clothing was in the... Linny was not in the tunnel at...
Oh, I guess that one, and then...
It would have been tough for both people.
And then tunnel vent? No, it's still not tunnel vent. Is it? The criminal must have understood the methods behind Lenny's magic trick. Leaving aside how he died, Cal had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise likely could have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Lenny was now in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to Guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
The water tank. Could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Oh, it's stepping back.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold it.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
It was the vase the whole time! Oh.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
Show me Cowell stuff.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
Exactly. No stone unturned.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
Okay,
We
okay.
are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
Oh, hi, Lenny. Hi. How are you doing, Lenny? We're doing we're just doing the Genshin
The notes
story.
also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
Let's
You've got to be
go.
kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl...
Oh, I'm flattered that you choose me to fall asleep, Daryl. I don't... I'll try not to be loud or, like, sudden noises. But it is just gonna be a lot of talking and voices and stuff. So, I think it'd be good. I hope you sleep well when you do. I know we have, like, super different time zones. You bastard! I saw it pop up. I saw it pop up, you bastard. But yeah, alrighty then. Either way, I hope you rest well when you do. Cause I get the feeling of being tired and eepy and falling asleep to streams. I fell asleep to Hell's stream last night. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the little silly heart. I don't have any heart stuff. I have 0 emotes for that. I've got this one though. I've got the default. That's all I got. That's all I got right now. Oh yeah. On with the story.
Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
He's so cool.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues.
It's just I don't have the money. I have 0 money to commission people, and I don't want to ask my friends for like free emotes, cause I'm very. I don't know. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. Be like, hey, you have to give me. You have to give me an emote, or we can't be friends. Like I don't want to be like that. But I do hope to eventually get some emotes. Eventually. One day.
Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all.
Car hook door, car door.
Methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Water. He's the prime suspect. What item did they use to control the timing of the dissolution?
The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fire. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick.
Okay, maybe, yeah, use the hook to set off the fireworks. And then dissolved Halsey with the primordial seawater. And then hit the mechanism
I remember there was
with the sidebox. Alright.
It's Ace Detective Pirate.
Wait, what do you mean there you go? What? Did some just happen? Did you just... Hold on. I hope nothing's messed up if you did some. I hope you didn't do anything though, cause you really don't gotta give me money. Let me check back on my. I think I had stream elements put up. If you did this, I gotta check. You just called me slime? What do you mean by that? Also, hello. Hold up. I gotta. Yeah, I guess I gotta fix some that stuff. Oh, it's probably because it's probably because I have it set up through stream. I need to fix all my stuff. That is my goal after stream. I am so terrified to see what you did. I'll play the test tipping noise because I'm assuming you tipped. Hold on, donation.
Men. They never notice these kinds of things.
I just had to use the test one, but that's what it would have looked like if I actually had it set up properly. Cause I know someone was like, "Oh, Streamlabs doesn't work. You should probably use Stream Elements." There's a bomb. Everybody evacuate. Yeah, hold up. I just need to. I need to see. I need to see. Hold up. I may have to check my PayPal. Okay, PayPal. Wait, hold up. You. Oh my god! Thank you for the $10, Lenny. Thank you so much. I am going to see what my friends' prices are for emotes. I'm gonna use that stat. Thank you so much, Lenny. You were an absolute gem. Thank you so much. Hold up. Yeah, I have to like completely overhaul all of my alerts just because of it was so messily set up in the beginning. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. I'm seeing my frames drop. Or not my frames, but like my internet dropping. That's weird. Hey, I'm doing alright. I hope you're doing okay too. Again, thank you so much. The big $10.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target.
Now we move on to the
When
story.
the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
Oh, also, best of luck with your long vacay. We love vacation time. We love relaxing and chilling and being all good. Oh, 18th? Damn, that's like a whole month. That's fucking nice. Very, very happy for you to get such a long vacay.
Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
The question is, where's Lynette in all
Actually links
this?
together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Oh wow, she's actually like
Now,
worried.
it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death.
What's
His
this
notes
Genshin all
mentioned he
about?
had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
When is the impact? I don't know when the impact is. I don't know where the name even comes from. Only thing I can think of as an impact was a bunch of people died 500 years ago. Or no, they didn't die. They got cursed with immortality and all went insane. And now they're like the main enemies all the time. They're just little hilly churls. It's fucked up.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case.
Oh.
And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Uh-oh.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
Well, oopsies.
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
I believe all of MiHoYo's games have the concept of a honkai occurring, some kind of world-altering catastrophe. That makes sense. Yeah, because Honkai Impact 3rd, that one's a lot more fucked up. There's a lot of character deaths in that one. Genshin, not so much. They've been chilling. But yeah, I haven't been able to play much of Honkai Impact. I want to play more of it, because lesbians. But it is interesting to see their connection. I'm not sure what a Genshin is either. That may be the disaster with Conria and the whole 500 years, people going insane. Or maybe it has something to do with the Abyss? Who knows? Yeah, poggers! Lesbians! We love lesbians in our house.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
We do indeed, Pog.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this.
Uh-oh.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Oh yeah, we're on the third
Now
dot.
then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Oh,
Miss,
fuck.
I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion.
Yeah,
Once
that's how
everyone
magic works.
believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila.
There she is.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Oh.
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
Huh.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar.
Oh, I forgot that happened.
Mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
So that was still the intention. People can still dissolve, but just so happened we had a Mondstadtian there.
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practice hand at a concealment, probably professional. Ugh! I'm so mad at myself. A lot of times I can like actually fully read out things normally, and then other times I just fuck it up. When it's Genshin Phoenix, right? The fontaine. This is like the first time. This is just like a new thing they're doing because fontaine is like justice. Also, hello Raijin 0649. This is not a fart game. This is not a fart game. That's Fortnite. You're thinking of Fortnite.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Okay, well, that stays the same. He always enters the tunnel. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that. She dissolved. Well, she clearly did not.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Okay. And the infighting was not infighting at all.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowl.
Right? And then, instead of being knocked out, she changed her clothes.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
There we go.
And it's Ace Detective time on time!
More like Ace Defective.
Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Hehe, little squid. Successful refutation. Squid Game!
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she
Oh!
two of them right
I
under
knew
our
it!
noses.
I fucking knew someone was gonna come out of those macarons. I forgot about that though. I lied. I completely forgot about it. But I was like, damn. Paimon was telling the truth that there were 2 missing.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Yep.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief
I'd
Justice
rip
of Fontaine,
Paimon in half if I
I
could.
shall once again
Paimon's
repeat
just
the
like
full
me, so I'd
sequence
rip
of
you in
events.
half. I'd kill you.
The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any
That's what
evidence while
Paimon had to do
committing
with
the
deflated
deed,
balloon.
Cowl thought of allowing the water
Nope.
tank to fall,
Nuh-uh.
which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial
No deflated
sea
balloon
into a
head.
balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water.
What if I said, please? Nope. Nuh-uh. No way. No siree.
If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble,
Sad face.
Cowl entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Oh, dude, it's like the Honkai.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Let's go to the Challenger 3 space shuttle. Only if it's only in the inside, where she won't die.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Oh.
Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny.
She have a spot on the inside. Wait a minute. Did the Challenger 3 blow up? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Challenger 3. Alright, Challenger 3 space shuttle. Oh! 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 Maybe not. I think I have to retract my statement.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability.
No take backsies? Nuh-uh.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
He's gonna
Our
die.
boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Oh. He is dissolved. He turned into water. So he's part of the illegal drug stuff.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
No return to piss. That's piss! I look like piss. I've got piss colors on me.
We're just going back now?
Problem seems to have been solved for now. We're not needed anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
What?
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just wanted to make sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
Yeah, the father.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past.
Oh, is this
Back
where
when
we get the
our parents
Lynette?
first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
Oh,
To
it's when
survive,
fucked up lore
I took
comes
to
up.
surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
That's fucked up.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
So it's just like, oh, no, she's based. She is so fucking real for that. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, all we hear is, oh, the Futuis, they're evil. The doctor's a piece of shit. We know that for sure. He's like the main bad harbinger we've seen. But damn. I don't know how to say her name. The father, she's based. She's based as fuck.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I understand. Bye. Damn.
Bye, Linny.
Even Paimon's like, damn. He's kind of chill. I got an achievement. Achievement. Yippee. Wait, what'd that say? Hold on. Is it all the way at the bottom? Oh, it's the full Ortress name. God, that is a fucking mouthful.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Sorry, Navia. I guess I'm fucking off.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Linny. I wasn't necessarily looking into the serial disappearances case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Huh.
I don't...
see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
I'm just surprised the Traveler is just fucking off. But I guess they're just really pissed about Linny and Lynette. I remember seeing a bunch of art where it's like also like a bit of jealousy because they lost their sister. But IDK if that's actually a thing that's said in the game or not.
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Give me the food.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Oh. Do I get a free... I think I get a free wish. Free wish! And some other stuff. So now we're at... nearly 11 pulls. Plus one more, so nearly 12. So it's very, very bad for how many characters I want in the next banners, but you know, it is what it is. Just gonna pray I get who I want, and probably try to not cry too hard whenever I possibly don't get them. Because, you know, it's very possible. It's very, very, very possible. I think I'll do a little bit more. What time is it? 9? I haven't eaten, so I may go for a little bit more and then tap out.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like.
Is that lasagna?
I'll make a group
I don't know
reservation
what
for the
food looks
rest
like.
of Spina di Rosula next time.
I'm gonna be real, I've never seen food in my life. All I eat is these little packets of water droplets that contain nutritions. That's all I've eaten throughout my entire life.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, fuck, I was messaging someone. It was a pleasure working with you, Miss Lesbian.
True. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well,
What the
we've
fuck did I
certainly
just
taken
hear?
a big step forward, but I feel that's about it.
Y'all hear that
We
too
know
in your
that
right
there's
ear?
an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
That's fucking weird.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
I'm gonna go to the Hydro Archon and I'm gonna kiss her on the lips.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
What illegal
Well, one way
activities?
would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
That's a funny ass way to, like, just be like, oh, you don't get to see the end of this fucking story unless you talk to me. And the fact that that is viable because of how silly she is as a person, how much of a fucking girl failure she is.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Damn.
Alright, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make sense.
Would someone with their personality really feel shame?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Icky. I have to agree.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
It was pricey, wasn't it?
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
Bye-bye.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Yep. Act 2. Damn. Oh wait, does she even look? She looks up at him. Yeah, because normally look straight, looking up. So tall. Hold on. This is exactly where his head is. This is exactly how she sees it. Damn. It's fucked up. Short people have it rough. I love how because I'm not like the quote-unquote proper level, every single place is just highly dangerous. Raw. There are no enemies here. Nothing spawns here. Look at that fucking bird. I gotta go. Scared of me. Damn. Anyways. Oh, that's all the way here. Do I end? I'm thinking about it in here. I think I'm a little EP. Yeah. This is. We'll return and talk to Farina another time. But for now. Ooh, wait, achievement. My ass really wants to pull. Wait, how long until? Okay, so like 4 days from now, I'll probably have to stream because Nouvellette will come out, and
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt.
Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. That's it though. Need more bullets. I need more bullets. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. I need more bullets. Hasta la vista, baby. That's the end. I don't have that set up. I forgot about this. The game's so fucking small in this screen. Fucking imagine. God, that's an awful way. Oh wait, I'll leave. Hold on. Alright, that's the end of the stream, everybody. Thank you everyone who came by and followed and gave me money. I have to rearrange all of my stream elements. That's another reason I'm ending it early. Is because I have to go and kind of build everything from the ground up again and kind of translate it over. But yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Sleep well, and rest well, and sleep, and go all eepy, go like honk shoo, you know. Yeah, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Yes, I shall spare myself the hair and makeup routine today, and happily idle my time away.
Me too, sister. Me too. But yeah, that's that. Good. Wait, let me. No, never mind. I wasn't forgetting anything. Good night.